What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, here to bring you guys another video today. Now this video is going to be stocks to watch this week. I'm going to break down around 8 or 9 stocks this week. And as you guys know, Monday is November the 1st. That means it's a new week, but it's also a new month. So it's going to be interesting for stock trading. And this first week of November have a lot of different stocks reporting earnings. Of course, there are some big names in there: Uber, DraftKings, Pinterest. We've also got Airbnb. We've got some interesting stocks like Pfizer, Coinbase, where they've been a little bit of controversy surrounding, let's say. We've also got Skills, Etsy, Peloton, Nikola, which you guys know is a very interesting stock, Corsair, Under Armour, and also many more. So some of the stocks I break down today do have earnings this upcoming week, but others do not. Now let's start with FUBO today. So FUBO, F-U-B-O, FUBO TV. So this stock looks like it could be ready to boom. And the reason I say that is because it's sitting right above the EMA 8 and the SMA 50, but we've had some nice green candles here, which just pulled us above those moving averages. So if you look at it over the past month, it's been extremely bullish, from lows of $22 rising up until highs of just over $30. So I'm looking for us to get back to that level. Right now, of course, we're at $29.81, so we're pretty much almost at $30 again. But I'm looking for us to get back to around $33 eventually. Maybe we'll have to get to 31 first, but eventually $33. And I'm honestly looking at the $32 or $33 calls for this Friday. Now, I do want to see some more bullish movement from FUBO. Maybe a strong Monday would really help with that. But please beware, if we see some more consolidation, or you see the stock maybe even downtrending towards the moving averages, then in that case, I think I would not be looking at it yet. I'll wait to see it start moving upwards, start seeing a confirmation of a nice steady uptrend before looking at the $33 course for this Friday. Next, I want to look at a stock which has earnings this week, and I'm going to go with Qualcomm, ticker symbol QCOM. They have earnings this week, Wednesday after hours, and the idea of this one is to do something similar to what we did with AMD last week, which was play the earnings run-up. So I'm looking at the monthly chart now. Looking at the monthly chart, I'm going to go with 1 month, 1 hour. So you see here, we're around $135. I'm looking for us to get at least back up to that point before earnings Wednesday. As you can see, we're sitting at a beautiful level just above the 50-day moving average and right around where the 8-day EMA is trending as well. If you do see, the EMA line did cross over a few days ago in an upwards trend, so that's really cool, and that's what we like to see. But they could be crossing over again soon. If they don't cross over and we stay above the 50-day SMA with the 8-day EMA, then again, I'm looking to see us go past or go back up to around $135 first, and then eventually to around, I'd say, well, at least 137.61, 139 after that. So I'm looking at the $140 calls for this Friday. If you see $140 around here. So from $133 to $140, that's a nice gap up to play. Again, earnings are this Wednesday, so I do need this stock to kind of move a little bit quickly. It's not like earnings are next week or there's no earnings at all. The earnings are Wednesday after hours, so if I'm trying to play the earnings run up, I want to see this start moving upwards Monday already, and then we can get to our nice levels. Next, I'm going to go with CHWY, ticker symbol CHWY. CHWY is at a solid level. We've been watching CHWY for a long time to buy shares and also trade options. CHWY had a great day Friday, which is exactly what we'd like to see. But if you think you've missed CHWY, as I told you multiple times, we have not missed anything. So it's kind of at a weekly resistance right now, right at that level, right exactly at that level right now. And I'm pretty sure it's going to break that level. Now, the good thing is, that means we can cap up to around, first $82. And I'd love to play this cap up to around here, this $86 level. So if I want to trade it this week, I would definitely say $80 calls first for this week. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to give yourself a little bit more time, something less risky, one of those plays you could do is around 80 or $85 calls even for November 19th. I would not mind looking at those because it gives us enough time. Let's say CHWY decides to pull back a little bit this week, but then your option is going to start decaying as well, and you're not going to see the movement you like. So your option won't be, bringing you those returns that you'd really like to see with CHWY. But what my point here is give yourself enough time. So maybe November 19th, maybe you even go for December calls. The point is to play the gap up either way. Gap up to $86, this level right here. If I could just put a line out for you guys, this level right here, right here. This is the level we want to play CHWY until, right here, right there. That's what we want to play. From where we are here to up there, we can do that, but give yourself enough time. So next, let's look at Square. This is a stock we've traded multiple times over the past couple of weeks. Square symbol SQ. This stock is funny because, it was down almost 3% on Friday, but Square is one of those stocks that can move $20 in a week. See how it was October 5th, $223. By October 8th, it was $250. Square can easily move $20 in a week. So if you're feeling ambitious with this one right now, you probably want to look at the 260 or 270 calls for November 19th. And if you're feeling even more ambitious, you look at those same calls expiring this week. I'm not sure I would do that, but again, Square can move very quickly, and we've traded this one with a 255 calls or 260 calls. Now we're looking at the 270 calls. It's that level where it's just under the moving averages, so it could still drop. And in that case that it does drop, it hits either of these moving averages and potentially bounces down, especially that orange line there, the 50-day SMA. If it hits that and starts trending downwards, I would look at the 240 puts. That's what I would be looking at. I don't know how far it would drop, but I would be looking. Well, it looks like it could drop all the way to around 241. But yeah, I'll be looking at the 240 puts. So again, if you're feeling ambitious, you'll probably try and go for the 260 or 270 calls. And otherwise, if it fails to break above this, then you're looking at the 240 puts. At least I will be looking at 240 puts. Next, I'm going to go with Upstart, ticker symbol UPST. Upstart is another one of those crazy stocks which can move $20, $30, $40 in a week easily. Look at this again. October 4th, we were down 282. By October 8th, you're at 323. That's a $40 gain. But we've hit highs up here. We hit $400 just a couple weeks ago. Now we've been downtrending since. Now I'm looking at a break once it gets past this 339 mark, once it passes the 50-day moving average, and we can start looking at the 350 calls. That's what I'll look at, the 350 calls. I'd love to see a confirmation of uptrend with Upstart. This is a really healthy dip. This is a chart that I can get behind because it's done this in the past, rising, then setting off, and then rising again. And once it breaks that 50-day SMA, just breaks out on a nice strong uptrend. I think something very similar could happen here this week. So I will be looking at the 350 calls for Upstart once again. Now let's have a look at some retail. Macy's, ticker symbol M. Christmas season is almost in full effect, right? Because we're entering November. Well, Macy's is another stock which has a beautiful chart. Just check. Rip upwards, sells off a little bit, breaks the moving average and rips upwards again. Sells off a little bit, healthy pullback, and keeps uptrending. Now we've done that little pullback. We've done that little bit break of that strong uptrend. So what we expected to happen next? Well, sooner or later, sooner most likely rather than later, another strong uptrend. Bullish momentum is coming soon with some volume, and with this stock breaking the 50-day SMA, I believe this is going to pop off. So I'm looking at the $28 calls for this week, Friday. If you see, one of the strongest green candles we got just a couple weeks ago was just above the $28 mark. So again, once again, $28 calls for this Friday. I think this might be one of the first stocks I trade this week. Once it breaks this SMA line and we see enough volume, yeah, I think we get that rise again. And who knows how high it will get. But I personally like the $28 calls for this Friday. But if you're feeling more conservative, you might go for the $27 calls because then you're more likely to be in the money. If you're feeling a little bit more ambitious, but also would like to be a bit conservative, manage your risk, you can look at the $29, possibly the $30 calls for late November, maybe beginning of December. Now let's look at AMD. This stock announced earnings last week. It's another stock we've traded multiple times in the past weeks, and it's another stock which has a very nice chart. So there's two ways we can look at AMD. I'll be looking at the $125 calls because right now that's about $5 away from where we are. But we're also $5 away from the $115 puts. So it depends what you like. Depending on what happens with both of these moving averages, is how we determine what we're going to play. I personally think we'll get a nice bit of consolidation here before another break upwards. If you look at this chart again, it's been a break, a bit of consolidation, staying in the channel between $105 and $113, and then a nice strong break upwards before earnings. After earnings, there's been a little bit of a sell-off, but I'm not really worried about that. But one interesting thing to look at with AMD is, you see, so I've obviously mentioned the $115 puts, but if you check this stock and check the options chain for it, you can see that a lot of people are looking at the $105 puts. Let's have a look now. $105 puts for November 19th. We see this here. Check this out. $105 puts for November 19th. 75,000 open interest. So this might be something to look out for. I don't think AMD will drop that low, but you never know. There might be a reason that people are buying those puts and they're loading up on them. Who knows? I mean, I don't have an idea why. I don't have a clue why. But if AMD struggles to break resistance, then that could be something for you to look at, just like all those other people are looking at. Let's see. Then we'll look at a couple more stocks. So yeah, $105 puts. That'll bring us back to this level here. That should be interesting. I'll definitely keep my eye on it this week. Let's see. Beyond Meat is another stock I'd like to look at, because this sold off heavily due to their announcement of missing unexpected revenue, and we started to recover. So we dropped all the way down to $92, but now we've just broken above the SMA, which is really nice to see, and we've just crossed over with the 8-day EMA. When there's a crossover like that, that's a golden cross, and that is an indication of bullish momentum. So keep your eyes out for this one. I would look at, well, we're looking to get from $98 back up to around $108, which is a $10 movement. I would personally look at the $105 calls if you want to be really safe, than the $100 calls expiring mid-November, so November 12th. But if you zoom out on the stock a little bit, yeah, you can see we've been downtrending for a while, but we have a lot of room for recovery. But we want to get that confirmation of uptrend first before we do that. So I think that is pretty much it. Lastly, let's just look at SPY, S&P 500 index. So we've had a very bullish October with SPY. If you look at the monthly chart, we got from levels of 427 all the way down there, all the way up to 459, almost 460. I do think we can see a break above to around 465 this week with SPY. But please, as I always say with SPY, just learn how you're trading it. Just watch it a little bit. Don't be too concerned about making money with it that you just go wild, because I know you have to buy a lot of contracts with SPY to really see those returns that you'd like to see. But please, once again, just manage your risk. Be careful with that. And that is pretty much it from me for today's video. Lastly, I'll just give an honorable mention to our good friend Tesla, because Tesla broke all-time highs last week. Tesla broke $1,100, and Tesla after hours is slightly up to almost $1,120. So that is really cool to see with Tesla. Congrats to those of you who are long on Tesla. The past few months has been crazy. Just in August, we were at $650. Now we're all the way up to $1,122. But yeah, please do check out the Discord. Please check out the stock option starter pack. And overall, make sure that you guys drop some feedback on this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Again, once again, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you guys next time for another video. Peace.
Game over.